Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Hard to believe we're not there yet, so help me. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share because this insanity, this lunacy, it's not stopping. Now, Trump met with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy today at the White House. But yesterday, Trump announced that he was going to meet with Putin in Budapest to discuss the end of the war. Reporter then goes and asks if Zelenskyy, since he is part of it, would be at the meeting as well. Play the clip.
Mr. President. President Zelenskyy joined you in Hungary to meet President Putin.
Because it's a leader that we like. We like Viktor Orban. He likes him, I like him. It's a country that's a safe country, done a very good job. He's been a very good leader in the sense of running his country. He doesn't have a lot of the problems that other countries have. And so we've decided that we'll be going to be with Viktor Orban, and I think he'll be a very good host.
President Trump.
Viktor Orban is a dictator, all right? He's a mob boss for his country. Meanwhile, Fox News' Peter Doocy, I've often said Peter Doocy can sometimes ask really intelligent questions. Well, today, it wasn't the case. Doocy goes on and asks Zelenskyy, all right? He asks him, what is the biggest difference between Trump and Biden's diplomacy tactics? Play the clip.
President Zelenskyy, right behind you. When we were in Israel with President Trump earlier in the week, we heard a lot about the difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Joe Biden before him. What do you see as the biggest difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Biden?
President Trump has a big chance now to finish this war. President Biden now is not the president, so he doesn't have a chance to finish this war. And President Trump is really showed for the world that he can manage ceasefire in the Middle East, and that's why I hope that he will do this, and we will also have such big success. For Ukraine, it's a big chance, and I hope that President Trump can manage it.
I would say the biggest difference is one is extremely competent and the other one is grossly incompetent.
Mr. President.
As you watch J.D. Vance, who is demonstrated as in South Park, for example, as Tattoo from Fantasy Island, which is so perfect. It's so perfect. He's like this little fool running around, just turning around, and anything that his boss says, he chuckles over. Now, Doocy also asked Trump if Putin or Zelenskyy is doing a better job at negotiating. Imagine you're there to discuss tomahawks, and this is what Peter Doocy is asking. Play the clip.
Sir, President Trump, you're the middleman right now, hoping to end this conflict. Who is doing a better job negotiating, President Zelenskyy or President Putin?
I think they're both doing a great job in that sense. We have to get it done. We've got to take some of the hatred of each other. They don't like each other. I say that in front of President Zelenskyy, but I say it in front of President Putin too. They have tremendous bad blood. It really is what is holding up, I think, a settlement. I think we're going to get it done, and we have to make it long-lasting. As I said in the Middle East, everlasting, right? Everlasting.
This isn't about negotiating. This is about a country, Russia, who invaded a sovereign country, Ukraine, and has killed as many people as they can, going in and literally putting bombs and exploding buildings with drones and missiles? Seriously? Negotiating what? Negotiating a peace deal where Ukraine gives up its territory, its rare mineral earth rights, and so on? This isn't a deal. Either Russia gets the hell out, or we give Ukraine the ability to fight Russia. It's just that simple. Now, a reporter goes on and asks Trump on his opinion of Putin wanting to build a tunnel to connect Russia and Alaska. Play that clip.
Putin-Trump tunnel to connect Russia and Alaska. Are you interested?
I just heard about it. A tunnel from Russia to Alaska. I just heard about that one. That's an interesting one. We'll have to think about that. I hadn't heard that. We just did a nice road in Alaska that's going to get us to a lot of minerals, and we have a piece of it, a good piece of the ownership because of the fact we made it possible. But this came up yesterday, a tunnel from Russia to Alaska. That's an interesting. What do you think of that, Mr. President? Do you have any ideas? How do you like that idea?
I'm not happy with this.
I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think he liked it. I don't think he liked it.
President Trump, do you think that?
I don't think Americans should like it either. I mean, they are not an ally. Let me be crystal clear about this, Mr. President. Russia is not our ally. You may like Vladimir Putin, but Americans don't. As far as Russia is concerned, America is not an ally, and Americans don't think Russia is our ally. They are an adversary. Now, meanwhile, Trump went on to brag about the amount of wars, and we hear this every single day. It goes up by one just about every other day, about the number of wars that he has solved. Play that clip.
Done. This is number 9, okay? This will be number 9 for me. I've solved 8, including the Middle East. I've solved 8. This, I thought, would have been among the easiest. We saw.
Yeah, really? You're going to tell me that the Middle East is now completely over? I'd like to see the peace treaty. I'd like to see the signed signatures. I'd like to see something other than this temporary ceasefire. Oh, yeah, by the way, remind the 33 Palestinians that have been executed by Hamas, including 7 just the other day, dragged to Gaza Square, arms and feet bound, on their knees, executed in front of everybody by being shot in the back of the head. Does that sound like peace to you? Meanwhile, he goes on to say that every time he solves a conflict, people, really smart people, say that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Play the clip.
We resolved 8 others. It's funny how people say that. If you get this one, every time I do one, they forget about that one. I solved 8 wars. Go to Rwanda and the Congo, talk about India and Pakistan, look at Thailand, look at all of the wars that we solved. And every time I solve one, they say, if you solve the next one, you're going to get the Nobel Prize. I didn't get a Nobel Prize. Somebody got it who's a very nice woman, very nice. I don't know who she is, but she was very generous.
Yeah, let me be very clear about something. I know he keeps talking about, for example, India. They came out and they said, we don't even know what he's talking about. India and Pakistan. We don't even know what the heck the guy's talking about. He wasn't involved. There's nothing to do with him. Meanwhile, Trump, of course, as you just heard, claimed that he didn't even know who Maria Machado was. And let me remind you that he had put a post about this back in January. Let me read it for you. In that post, he turns around and he says, Venezuelan democracy activist Maria Corina Machado and President-elect Gonzalez are peacefully expressing the voices and the will of the Venezuelan people, with hundreds of thousands of people demonstrating against the regime. The great Venezuelan American community in the United States overwhelmingly support a free Venezuela and strongly supported me. These freedom fighters should not be harmed and must stay safe and alive. Well, maybe he just forgot. Sometimes that does happen, right? Now, another reporter goes on and asks Trump, what will happen to the survivors from his latest boat strike? Play that clip.
On Venezuela, there are survivors from your latest boat strike. What happens to those survivors?
Well, I'll ask Marco to discuss that possibly.
Yeah, it's well known there's an ongoing narco terrorist operation the United States has been conducting. As far as details of any recent strikes, we're not prepared here to announce all those details, but you'll get that information here very shortly.
And how are there survivors when these are meant to be lethal attacks?
Yeah, again, I mean, we're undertaking these operations against narco terrorists. That's what these are. These are terrorists. Let's be clear. And but as far as the details of any recent operations, when we are prepared to announce those, we will, as the president has consistently done. So you may get something on that later today.
Let me ask you, that was in a submarine, right? we attacked a submarine, and that was a drug-carrying submarine built specifically for the transportation of massive amounts of drugs. Just so you understand, this was not an innocent group of people. I don't know too many people that have submarines, and that was an attack on a drug-carrying, loaded-up submarine. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, wait till, I think we all have to just wait till we figure out, because if it was a submarine and it was hit by one of these missiles, hard to imagine that there are several survivors. Meanwhile, Trump may have gotten fed up with the reporters when he then swore, literally cursed, while answering a question about Venezuelans Maduro. Play that clip.
Things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
Now, look, to those of you that watch me on a regular basis, you know that I have no issue with dropping an F-bomb on a regular basis. And I'm not as repulsed as so many other people. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe that the president used the F word during this. Is it unconventional? Sure it is. All right. Does it really matter? Not that I see. First of all, I think it was a stupid question, and I think the response was even sillier than that. Oh, you don't want to fuck around with America. Okay, sure. Nobody seems to want to, but yet somewhere along the line, everybody is. Trump also then complained about Spain, because you have to complain about something, right? We always need an enemy. Play the clip.
Their commitment. You pointed out Spain. They said that it's impossible.
No, Spain has not come through. No, Spain has not been loyal to NATO. Spain has been, they're the only one. Everyone went up to, as you know, I mean, you were at 2% and they all went up to 5%, but Spain disagreed with that. I think Spain should be reprimanded for that. I think it's very bad that they did that, but that's up to them. That's up to NATO and Spain.
They cannot be expelled from NATO.
Can they or not?
They cannot, according to the treaty, but they also claim that they are protected by...
Yeah. Suffice it to say, finally, Trump then spoke about this upcoming meeting he intends to have with China. Play the clip.
And we are in a very strong position because of tariffs. We're in a very powerful position because of the fact that we have tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be in a very weak position. We would be in a weakened state. But with tariffs, we've made hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, but from others. And China wants to talk, and we like talking to China. So we have a very good relationship, and we're going to be meeting in South Korea in a couple of weeks. And
yeah, tell that to the farmers that is sitting with their bushels of soy and grain that no longer is being purchased by China. Tell that to the American consumer who, when they go to their big box store or Amazon, wherever else they get their products, are paying now minimum of 157% increase in the cost of those goods because of these tariffs. And I want to finish by saying what I say every single time that he brings up tariffs. Each and every one of us are required to say our famous three-word slogans. Tariffs are taxes, and consumers pay tariffs. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey everyone, first of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.